Hi, I'm Marilyn Suttle, customer service expert, keynote speaker, and success coach. And I'm here to talk to leaders, to talk to you about the subtle shifts you can make for strong leadership. You know, you don't have a lot of time right now, and you have so much responsibility. You are in charge of being the fortifier. You're fortifying the hospital or the place of employment where you're at. You're fortifying your team. You're fortifying the patients, the people who come to you, their families. You are working so hard, and it's probably feels like everything's changing. There's so much uncertainty. So the stress levels are really high. And so I want to give you 3 subtle shifts. These are small shifts you can make for strong leadership. And the first one has to do with you. How can you fortify yourself? You're fortifying everyone else, but you need to fortify yourself. There's a reason why they say you put the mask on yourself before the kids in the plane. Well, we're all wearing masks right now, aren't we? But so we want to fortify you so that you are ready to do the hard work of fortifying everyone else. And one way to do that is to gain social support. Now, getting social support at work is not going to be easy because you're the one giving the support to everyone else. But you need to revitalize yourself, to fortify yourself outside the situation. So pick a friend, a colleague, a family member who you can get on the phone with and laugh, who you can get on the phone with and talk about something you really enjoy, whether it's a hobby, a sport, or just somebody who you feel close enough to that you know, like, and trust, who you can vent with a little bit to get out all of that cold, prickly stuff. And what happens when you fortify yourself outside the situation is you go in full barrel. It's a small shift. It could be a 5-minute conversation at the end of the day with somebody. It could be watching a fun video of your grandkids or your kids doing something silly or fun, but fortify yourself. The second tip is to clarify definitions. Now, I do this with a lot of leadership teams. We go in and they say, we want a consistent message of quality service, a consistent message of luxury service, whatever your consistent message is. You know what it is, you share it with everyone, but do you clarify the definitions? And I'll give you an example. One definition is, what does it mean to be responsive? I asked this with a leadership team, and everybody said, oh, we're all responsive. That's what we're known for. But when I had them write down what responsiveness looks like, especially for, I gave an example email, I had at least 10 different answers of what responsiveness looks like. It could be respond within an hour, respond before the end of the day, respond within 24 hours. Or some people said, well, I'll respond as soon as I get the information. It might take a week or two, but as soon as I have it, I will respond. Well, that's an inconsistent message. You want to get everybody on the same page so that when the definitions are clear, the expectations are clear, and people can succeed. And there's not this ambiguity. In a time of uncertainty, we need clarity. So clarify definitions. And the third tip is be the sun, not the salt. This comes from Dr. Harry Cohen and heliotropic leadership, and it really focuses on what we learn from nature. If you have a plant growing outside, the leaves will naturally lean toward the sun because the sun is life enhancing. And if you pour salt water on the ground, the roots will recoil away from that salt water because salt is life depleting. As a leader, you can be the sun or the salt with your staff. And sometimes you're in this salty mood and you become a tormentor instead of a mentor. We want to be that mentor. We want to be the sun. And so it's a subtle shift to remind yourself in the moment, especially when you're feeling stressed, especially when you have to give difficult news or corrective feedback, to be the sun. So the 3 tips to remember, subtle shifts for big breakthroughs in strong leadership, is to fortify yourself by getting social support, clarify definitions so that you have a consistent message of success, of service excellence, of kindness. And the third one, be the sun, not the salt. Because how you lead creates an environment that everybody lives into. Thank you so much for everything you do. You are deeply appreciated.